Hello, happy Bitcoin Pizza Day. Never thought I would say that in my life. So, the story of the first Bitcoin transaction is an interesting chapter in the early days of Bitcoin. So, 13 years ago, on May 22nd, 2010, a programmer and Bitcoin enthusiast named Laszlo Hanyecz made history by completing what's now called Bitcoin Pizza Day today. It's like a national treasure. Really should be like a global holiday, in my opinion. At the time, Bitcoin was really new, and Hanyecz wanted to demonstrate that it had real world value and could be used transactionally. So he proposed a simple idea. He would pay someone 10,000 Bitcoins for 2 pizzas. You know, I'm originally from Chicago. I love pizza. So in a post in the Bitcoin Talk forum, he wrote, "I'll pay 10,000 Bitcoins for a couple of pizzas, maybe 2 large ones, so I have some left over for the next day. I like having leftover pizza to nibble on later." Doesn't, sir? Who doesn't? At the time, Bitcoin had virtually no established exchange rate against traditional currencies. And 10,000 Bitcoin was worth a very nominal amount. So then eventually, another Bitcoin enthusiast who went by the handle Jerkos agreed to the deal and ordered the 2 pizzas for Hanyecz from Papa John's. They are not a sponsor of this, but I do enjoy a good Papa John's. So then on May 22nd, 2010, Hanyecz sent the 10,000 Bitcoin to Jerkos, however you say that. And then the pizza was sent to him, and therein lies the first transaction with Bitcoin. Yay! So everybody gets hung up on what the amount would be today, right? Those 10,000 Bitcoins would be this astronomical amount. I don't know, do the calculation. But the idea was that the value increased over time. How would he have known? It's just like when we were buying drugs off Silk Road, we didn't know that it was going to increase in so much value. It was really just a transactional vehicle, a tool of transacting on the internet. If we had known, we wouldn't have done the transacting. We would have just held it in. You get the idea. I can't stand it when people are like, "Oh, those pizzas cost millions of dollars." No, they didn't. They cost 10,000 Bitcoin at the time. I think the really cool thing about this day and this story is that it just serves as a reminder of Bitcoin's early adoption, and its early supporters have continued on this long. It's a celebration, and then has moved into this global phenomenon and establishing itself as a prominent digital asset. Side note, people always ask, how was Bitcoin sent and received back in those days? Let me explain. So you first had to have a Bitcoin wallet, each of you, which was a piece of software on either computer that was connected to the internet on dial-up. Oh, I don't know if it was dial-up. Maybe. Then the sender would obtain the recipient's Bitcoin address. It's like a mailbox number. And then the sender's Bitcoin wallet would be used to generate that transaction, and you put in the recipient's Bitcoin address, and then the amount to send, and then the fees. Then came along the digital signature. The sender's wallet would generate this digital signature, which then was the cryptographic proof that that was the sender's address. Then when the transaction was created and signed, it was then broadcast to the Bitcoin network. And then that sender's wallet software would then communicate with the other nodes on the network. Go look that up if you don't know what I'm talking about, to then propagate that transaction. And then the same thing that happens nowadays is the same thing that happened then. The miners would validate the transaction, say, yeah, there is stuff in that sender's wallet, so we're going to like put it together in this block. It then becomes part of the blockchain, Bitcoin blockchain. And then it goes through the confirmation process, just like it does now. And then once that transaction was validated, the recipient could get their Bitcoin out of their wallet. I'm going to do history lessons as much as possible. So like and subscribe or whatever. I'm new at this. Thank you.